A lot of people don't.
Well, you know, it does. I mean, look at what they put this man through. As Dr. Phil said, he attempted assassination. They tried to bankrupt him. They sustained him in...
Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. Hi, welcome to XCOM 2 Long War of the Chosen Mod Jams modded. And on a live version right now, we're on now. There's no mod list below it, okay? But after the recording, when I post it on the YouTube, then I'll put the mod list right below it, okay? So you should be able to see that no problem. Let's see. As you can tell, it requires Highlander and a few other ones, TLC 2. Let's see.
He was the guy that, you know, was going to turn things around. And then they witnessed with Afghanistan, he's not, and they were told why. And I think that's also why they're going back to
yeah, these are all key issues. And I thought it was interesting, Molly, that the president also offered some new policies. This idea of creating
excellent
credit for caregivers.
Let's see mod settings. We'll just go through it.
That affects so many people. Like in my age category, I got a lot of people who are having to take care of aging parents. It's costly, it's emotional, and he's going to stretch his hold with this, just like he did with, you know, passing tips and other things that real Americans actually have to do.
Yeah, that's what my brain went to when that came out about the taxing tips, how he's unveiled these policies along the way. And this is over the course of this speech. Again, Charlie mentioned this.
World War Lost. Here the zombies look like a bunch of different things, which is really cool. I like using it. So that's why I added it to the list with no conflicts either, so it's really good. This is my list. It's a lot better list. It's a reduction off of another list I used previously. The previous list was about maybe 350, 320 mods. This one here is only around, I believe it's a couple hundred, so it's not that bad. Well, it's not too bad. It takes me a minute or two to load it out.
The idea of encouraging people to take care of their families and it empowers schools instead of the government. It enriches relationships among families and among neighbors and among people that, you know, it doesn't require the system of understanding. And to me, I can't think of anything.
Excellent. Everything seems to be in order. Okay.
We've been listening to and arguing about for the last 30 years, but it is, it's the most pro-American thing, it's the most pro-family thing you could come up with, and it's probably really smart in terms of economics.
It's also because he was local outside.
Yes.
Right?
See, we start skirmisher. I hate timers, so we'll double the length of the avatar and the mission timers. G-modded while wounded. You can heal up while you're getting G-modded, which is good, I hope. Or maybe you'll recover your wound after you G-modded, which is fine anyways. Okay. These look important. Okay, good. Golden Requiem. Okay. Gentle Requiem. Scamper Exhaustion. See, veteran crew.
If hurricanes happen, government has a chance to shine, and it didn't. It failed the American people. That's where the argument tends to fail. And on the other side,
Wound and Requiem trace can be removed in the infirmary, which is good.
inflation, all those types of things really affect people's lives. And then what happens is, guess what? The Democrats out there like
See, Baby Chosen. Resistance orders for XCOM. Able to purchase multiple class abilities on the same rank. This is an important one too. Good, let's get started. Huh. I like doing these quests. I like when they pop up and everything, so what happened? One's about engineer's old man, and you get the mech, and the other one is about the Chosen. Starts off the Chosen storyline, which is good, I guess.
Shriners Children's been on a mission to provide the most amazing care anywhere. And guess what? It's working. More than 100 goods to care. Shriners Children's takes more kids all around. When we need them the most, their doctors and nurses are treating kids in the US, Canada, Mexico, and Brazil. And they're helping kids from more than 100 other countries too. And the best part? They're doing all of this regardless of family. Someone else helps make it all possible. You. You. It's true. You're pretty awesome. When you go online to lovestriders.org or call this special number with your monthly gift, you'll make a difference too. Your donation, however small, helps Shriners Children do new research, create life-changing treatments, and provide birth care to kids around the world. Every day, people like you give families like ours the hope and healing we need. And when you give your monthly gift of $19 or more, we'll send you your very own Love Rescue Plan. It's a warm reminder of the incredible things you're making possible and that you're part of something special. Because no matter where we come from or what language, amazing care anywhere. So how can you help? Take a moment. To loveshriners.org right away and start building our world with more hope, healing, and possibilities.
The Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale is back. Right now, you'll save 50% site-wide on America's best steaks, chicken, burgers, and so much more. All backed by our 100% guarantee that you'll love everything. And when you go to omahasteaks.com/TV, you'll get 12 Omaha Steaks burgers free with your order. Visit omahasteaks.com/TV today and save big. Customer offer service spots. BetMGM. Bet today. How big? Is it big too? Well, if you've got a military, first responder, or government service background, GoBets.com is for you. GoBets members get unbeatable discounts and thousands of top brands. Ready? Vortex Optics, many more. Go check out GoBets.com today and access the benefits. GoBets. Savings for those who serve. Ready? The 2024 Fox Nation Dream Awards. Be part of this year's celebration. Live in New York. Go to foxnation.com/Dream Awards. Welcome back to the big weekend show. Former President Trump wrapping up his Madison Square Garden rally just moments ago. One of his final rallies before election day. Let's read up our panel for their 5-6 minutes. Kamala broke it, I will fix it. That is the theme of what Donald Trump's saying, and I believe it. Kamala broke it, I will fix it. That resonates.
America's at a crossroads. America needs saving, and Donald Trump is the man to save America.
I think the campaign is all about common sense. They made the case for common sense tonight. He obviously also loves New York. And it was a fun thing. It was a fun rally, and fun campaigns are usually winning campaigns.
Some would say joyful.
Joyful. And formerly joyful campaigns that are no longer joyful are usually not joyful for a reason.
Yeah, and an incredible historical night. Donald Trump pointed out that early voting is underway and the timing of this pretty significant. That does it for us. Thanks for joining. Reminder to always DVR the big weekend show. What? Life, liberty, and Lavinia starts I got you. I got you.
Which gets the
Definitely been able to turn this from a race that was Harris just on the upswing and the momentum with her to one where the momentum is not just where he's been able to narrow the gap.
Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, the Great Lakes, that blue wall, right? Joe Biden last time around running over Donald Trump. Look at where we are today. This is the type of movement Donald Trump likes to see in the center of the electorate, up by a point.
Going to us, let it be. But because he's got a lead on the economy and inflation and border, but this is time. It's a toss-up.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on Trey County this Sunday night. How there giving closing arguments in the race for president. Of course, what looks race for president could turn into an electoral landslide if all the swing states swing together. Millions already been passed. What does that mean and who does it benefit? Sean Trendy is with Real Clear Politics, and he joins us now. Welcome, Sean. Thank you for being here. The sense among some is that Trump is surging and Harris might be waning. Is that accurate, or is that wishful thinking among Republicans?
No, I think that's certainly what we see in the polling data that we have. Donald Trump has closed the gap with the national poll average, which is something that never happened in 2016 or 2020. He's leading in polling in the swing states now. This is definitely a race that's been swinging his way. Whether that momentum continues is another story, but so far it's the type of movement that he needs.
Our position is concealed.
All right, Sean, I am old enough to remember the 2022 midterm. I don't know if you remember those or not, but there was...
this fucking map, okay.
It was a constellation of smaller issues squared off against the major issues. Are there issues that pollsters could be missing with offices that they're undercounting or that aren't being represented in the polls?
Yeah, I'd like to forget 2022, or at least the polls from there. It was a tough year. Look, there's definitely things like the abortion rights referendum, Arizona and Nevada may bring extra Democrats to the polls. But there's this history of Donald Trump overperforming his polls because a lot of his pollsters, or a lot of his supporters just don't talk to pollsters. They don't want to talk to them. And there's really nothing you can try to wait around it. You have these fancy statistical techniques, but none of them have worked in previous elections. So your best bet is to go with the poll averages with the understanding that, polling does have an art to it. Sometimes the artists are wrong.
All right. What, if anything, can be gleaned from early voting numbers other than that Republicans seem to have finally embraced this idea called early voting?
Right. So the early voting numbers for Republicans this cycle are absolutely off the charts. We've never seen anything like this. Republicans leading in states like Nevada and North Carolina, where they always trail. There's two interpretations of that. The first is that Republicans are in for a very, very good year that the pollsters haven't picked up. The other interpretation, though, is that just what you suggested, the Republicans this cycle have been emphasizing early voting. Donald Trump has been telling people not to vote early. And so perhaps what's going on is people who would normally vote on election day are just showing. And Republicans won't have early voting. My sense is it's a little bit of both. I think if you're a Republican, you have to be excited about what you're seeing in the early voting, but don't carried away with this because we do have to know what happens on election day to really know.
All right, before I let you go, because I have you for free, at least for another minute perhaps, what is something you experts are looking at that someone like Train Holster would not be looking at over the next week or so?
You know, there's a couple things that we're interested in. There really hasn't been, you know, if Donald Trump is making things, there hasn't been much polling done of a state like New Mexico or Virginia, which are what the kind of next tier of states coming on the board would be. The other thing we want to know, and this isn't necessarily a big surprise, but just how deep is Donald Trump's support among Hispanics and black voters really going to be this time around? You know, if he eclipses 10% of the black vote or 40% of the Hispanic vote, he'll be in historic high territory for Republicans post-civil rights here. So, you know, a lot of narratives I think are going to happen.
I can't imagine anybody not making your call and talking to you. But be that as I'm grateful that you talked to us tonight. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us.
Thank you.
Moving to designated coordinates.
For us to turn the page on the fear and the divisiveness that has characterized our politics for a second because of Donald Trump. We have the ability to turn the page on that same old tired playbook.
To begin by asking a very simple question. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? With a message of hope for all Americans. With your vote in this election, I will end inflation. I will stop the invasion of criminals coming into our country. And I will bring back the American dream.
Even in a close race, a slight shift could result in one candidate running the paper, could result in an electoral college tie. That's how many different variables are in play. The momentum Vice President Harris once enjoyed seems gone. The joy Republicans felt after the Biden pulled to the paint memory. It's a fix, but the issues remain constant with the economy and jobs.
We want to make sure that you're able to bring manufacturing like Kamala Harris has did. We know Donald Trump lost more manufacturing jobs than any president in American history. That's simply factual. We brought those back, and we're leading on those new technologies.
It looks like Coach Walsh was reading out of the wrong playbook. I mean, where's the joy in getting something so wrong that CNN has to correct you?
Well, if you're going to say something is simply factual, it should be factual. This is not. It's not true that the Trump presidency lost more manufacturing jobs than any other presidency. The Trump does not have the record.
Meanwhile, Trump is fighting the familiar former employees, collecting advances and yearning for media effectiveness. Former Chief of Staff John Kelly, serious allegations, which were immediately refuted by others. This race may come down to just a simple question. Are you better off now than you were when Trump was in office? Most Americans say no, and they believe the country is headed in the wrong direction. So who will they pick to drive the car? Selena Zito writes for the Washington Examiner, and Kevin Walling is a former Biden-era surrogate. Welcome to you both. Kevin, John Kelly made serious allegations. So why stay on as Chief of Staff? You would have resigned that day if your boss had said that. So why wait years and then on election eve for 34.99 books or so you can read all about it? It just seems a little contrived and commercial to me. What do you think?
Well, Trey, good evening. I think if you have that fear of a boss that is that unpredictable, that problematic with the truth, as John Kelly has said, and he has said that since leaving the Trump administration, new from the former four-star Marine general, that you try and stay on as long as you can to preserve this country, which was one of the agreements he had with Jim Mattis, with Rex Tillerson, others, based on the unstable elements coming from the Oval Office. So I think you have a man who served 40 years in uniform as the White House chief of staff, who had a commitment to service of this country and a real fear of what Donald Trump was going to do at the wheel.
I don't know. I would call it out then and not wait on my book of things. Selena Kamala Harris said the border was secure. She waited 3 years to push a Senate bill and can't cite a single life that would have been saved had that bill passed. Now she sounds like a construction worker who's talking about building the wall. So what happened?
Well, I think what happened is that she sees what the circumstances have been because of the wall that's been open, the rise in crime, but also uncertainty, and the impacts it has had on the communities where these illegal immigrants have settled, and they put a strain on community services, strains on cities. There was an unpreparedness that these towns and cities across the country have had to face, and all of the people that live there. There's also the fentanyl traffic that has come through, and we see every year the devastating impact that it has on communities across the country. So there's a long way of saying she sees that people have been impacted by this, and it's not just Republicans that have been impacted. So she's had to change her point of view. Now, I think she could have done a better job of her litigating the reasons why she changed, as opposed to it coming through a spokesperson. I think maybe the American people would have had, maybe would have listened more, maybe would have moved more voters towards her. But it's one of the several issues, and I would point to fracking because of the state that I live in, that she has struggled to be authentic on issues she's changed her language.
All right, let's listen to her closing argument, and then I'll ask you about it on the other side, Kevin.
You think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I also believe that the people who know him best on this subject should be trusted.
All right, Kevin, both candidates use the F word or the S word, socialist. Insults usually don't persuade people, but politics has become about ratification, not persuasion. So when Harris says Trump is a fascist, or when the insult is reversed, I mean, what you're really saying is that your supporters are supporting the fascists. So how is that persuasive to supporters if you're trying to get people to switch from this team to that team? I mean, it's insulting and maybe funny to the base, but it's not persuasive, is it?
Well, Trey, I think it's a good point in that I think the debate now is not whether folks are going to choose between Harris and Trump. I think it's a matter of whether they're going to choose one of the two individuals or the couch to stay home. And you see the vice president making this closing argument, highlighting the words of John Kelly that you just brought up, the words of Mark Milley, again, two former four-star generals, to paint this picture of what a second Trump administration would look like, because it is about getting at your base. It is about that small universe of folks.
Keep missing.
In South Carolina, there's not that many persuadable voters out there. It's really about getting your base out. And I think both camps are painting this picture of what a second administration will look like. In this case, second Trump administration or first Harris administration, in order to gin up their support.
So let me ask you about that before we go. It seems like Kamala Harris's closing argument is tailored towards disaffected Republicans. Republicans who in the past may have supported other presidential candidates. Is that what you sense? That she's trotting out a lot of Republicans or former Republicans to support her? Is that her appeal, her closing argument to disaffected Republicans?
I think that's what she's trying to do. But her challenge is in the closing message, what tends to work best for voters is something aspirational. I'm going to take you to a better place. And both her and both former President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama have made this a very dark, sort of message of something very wicked this way.
Shit.
I don't know that appeals to a persuasive, a voter that's looking to get across the finish line for Harris, who has sort of, they have challenges in thinking she's too left, or they're unsure of her. And so their opponent. Now, maybe they have polling that shows something different, but I find voters are turned off by that kind of messaging.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Sunday night. See you soon. Coming up, podcasts are taking over the political world. Why? Then domination on what's turning politics upside down next.
Tubi is proud to be free for small business owners, the lifeblood of our communities, upholding the American dream. But Tubi's also free for thugs and cronies who shake down small businesses for money, then spend it on their girlfriends, though they have wives. Because Tubi is free for everyone, and we mean
Come on, focus. Heading out.
There's so
Not good.
much songs. You have to do it.
Hero, luck, together, team.
The Thriller, only Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
On the
Does
move.
your student loan payment make you cringe? We get it. Saying goodbye to that much money every month can be tough, but by refinancing to a lower rate through Credible.com, you could drastically cut your monthly payments. At Credible, you get personalized rates from multiple lenders, so it's easy to find a refi that puts the most cash back in your pocket. And life with extra cash is, well, extra. Visit Credible.com now to see your new monthly student loan payment.
Okay, I'll go. Right?
the holidays for me represent another year to celebrate with my family.
Another holiday. A year.
My dad love the holidays. Treasure the time with your family.
I'm thankful for the foundation. I'm grateful for the continued gift of life.
For me, every day is a day to celebrate.
It's your help.
It's your life.
There is no state this holiday season. We're talking about prostate of your list. What more info? The Prostate Cancer Foundation is a trusted resource. Go to PCF.org to learn more. It's your life.
It's time for movies. It's time for doubt just Sundays. Hell yeah. They're due. They do.
Fuck, will you hit something?
Running dry, go.
They do stuff.
That was bad.
Those lazy guys. Sundays on Fox. Anytime on Hulu.
We have officially entered the closing argument phase of this presidential election year.
Shoney's breaking down the latest in the race. Live on hand.
Running your business can feel like a jungle, overwhelming and scary.
What's over there?
11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. We encourage Canadians to pause and remember all that veterans have sacrificed for us. Lessons
leagues and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Finally, I fucking killed something.
On that night in America, candidates are foregoing traditional media and saying now with podcasters, is this to reach a different demographic or is the old media being supplanted? I hear both sides. Names like Barstool Sports, Theo Vaughn, Andrew Schultz, and Joe Rogan. No, it's a tricky for business. And the media, to a large extent, acts as a propaganda. It's not even believable. Yeah, it's bizarre to watch. And most people I think are aware of it. I think most boomers still, unfortunately, read the newspapers and believe in CNN. Vice President Harris sat down with Call Her Daddy and the Breakfast Club. So why did it's a longer format with different rules. There's more risk. There isn't a beat for bad words, or else some of these podcasts would be just one long beat. Could these podcasters actually help pick the next president? Joining us is Fox News contributor Ben Thomas. Welcome, Ben. When did this change happen? And more importantly, why does it happen?
Well, Trey, it's great to be with you as always. I have to say, this is one of those weird moments where I feel a little bit like a hipster. Because I won an award for podcasting all the way back in 2008. Given it by Andrew Grapevine, if you can believe it or not.
Oh, I did get him back. Good.
The simple fact is that podcasting allows for a lot more of drive to what people say. An ability to ask questions that you don't get in traditional interviews. And because of that, it's something where I think the listener can really judge a lot more the authenticity or lack thereof of the candidates in question. And that's one of the reasons why I think the Donald Trump has leaned into it so much, because the contrast there is so significant. The gap between him and Kamala Harris, their ability to go back and forth on all these different things about themselves, it's pretty authentic for an extended amount of time, and not resort to the same talking points that we've heard on the trail. I think that's a really good thing. I think it's helped him. I think it's particularly helped him among young men who are trying to listen to these podcasts and consume their content regularly. I think that for the vice president, it's also been really an indictment. He said some things on these podcasts that have raised a lot of questions, that have had follow-on effects, and I think have not been.
Commander, the media is a powerful tool. Just ask
So Ben, while you were an award-winning podcast recipient,
our soldiers
politicians don't want to do.
All right, let's save this.
We prefer press releases.
Excellent. We'll catch you guys on a flip, all right?